We have someone here who's going to help us with this topic, Dr. Lolita Lally McDavid from University Hospitals. I hope I get this right. Your title is Medical Director of Child Advocacy and Protection for Rainbow Babies and Children. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, when women are raped and they go to an emergency room, I'm imagining that's the next step possibly that happens?
Yes, usually that's what happens.
And what can they expect?
Well, if you come to university hospitals, we have what's called a sex assault nurse examiner. So these are RNs, registered nurses, who are specifically trained in getting the forensic evidence, doing it in a compassionate way, and also going and testifying in court if need be.
I see. So my guess is you have to have some real trust in the relationship. I mean, these people are coming off the street. You've never met them before. Not you, but the person who's examining them. So they've been trained to build some kind of trust, I'm guessing.
Well, usually people are brought in either by the police or by family members, or sometimes they just find their way there themselves.
Okay.
So we start with trying to make them feel at least as comfortable as you can in this situation. The other thing that we do is we call other outside entities like Rape Crisis that can come in and be with this person, because this is what they're trained to do, and to make sure that they get into the services that they need after they leave the emergency room.
You know, the first thing I think of, because I'm a relationship coach, is I think how this kind of thing can impact a very important relationship. Do you have people who help other people who are related to the person who's been raped, and how they can support that person at all?
Well, you know, it's an emergency room and we're very busy.
Right.
So the nurse examiner is specifically with that person, and then there's what's called a chaperone. I mean, when we do any kind of sexual exams, there's somebody else in the room. That can either be someone that the person has brought with them, or it can be somebody from the Rape Crisis Center, or it can be another hospital employee. Okay,
so my guess is there are a lot of resources there for the person who's been raped, for any kind of relative who might come in with that person.
Yes.
Now, there's the physical effect. I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around it. There's the physical effect, but then there's the emotional effect. Is there any difference between the two in how you approach people?
Well, remember, an emergency department is just that. It's for emergencies. So for the long-term effects afterwards, because sometimes the trauma doesn't really hit you until 2 to 3 days or even weeks afterwards.
Like a delayed reaction?
Right. So that's why we try to make sure that people are tied into other resources in the community that they can use when they wake up in the middle of the night and they can't sleep.
What is the most, in your experience, what is the most common reaction that, I mean, is it sleeplessness? I mean, can you tell people this is what you can expect, or is everybody completely different?
I think everyone is different because every situation is different. You know, most rape is not stranger rape. Okay, it is acquaintances.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, I didn't know that.
Yes. I was actually on the board of trustees of one of our state universities, and we had gone almost 10 years without having a stranger rape. The rape cases were going up, but they weren't stranger, they were acquaintance rape.
Oh my gosh.
So people get together, they have too much to drink, and then someone gets sexually assaulted.
So, okay, it's the physical aspect, but then you got to deal with how you're going to handle the relationship after that. You know, I mean, let's talk severing the relationship.
Yeah, hopefully that relationship is not a relationship anymore.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this is all wonderful information. Thank you for the service you give to the community. We really appreciate you being here. And if you want to know more information about this, you can go to the website rainbowbabies.org.